as the top fuel records fell. And the crowd here at the Gatornationals is accustomed to big moments, and they were rewarded during qualifying. In Pro Stock Motorcycle, both ends of the record. Pro Stock Car, both ends of the record. And Erica Enders now holds the national speed record. But when she comes to first round of eliminations, she really has an interesting challenge, Mike Dunn.
Well, that's right, Paul. She's got to race the 2004 NASCAR champion Kurt Busch in his debut in Pro Stock. Kurt, a natural driver, if ever I saw one, has looked very comfortable in this Pro Stock car, but he's only been up against somebody in the other lane twice out of 50 test runs. The key today is going to be getting that reaction time off the starting line, because that is so important in Pro Stock.
In Top Fuel, they are ready. Doug Foley and Doug Coletta. They will be our first pair out as it's time to go racing. Celebrating its 60th anniversary, the NHRA Full Throttle Drag Racing Series at the Tire Kingdom Gatornationals, Gainesville, Florida, Gainesville Raceway. Paul Page, Mike Dunn, Gary Gerald, Dave Reef, and John Kernan here. Let's go to the public address system.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off this 60th anniversary and the 42nd running of the Tire Kingdom Gatornationals, I proudly present Big Daddy Don Garlits.
Drivers, are you ready? Crew chiefs, are you ready? Gainesville, are you ready? Gentlemen, put some fire in those pipes.
What I want, give me what I need.
You got to admit, Mike Dunn, that is a way to kick things off here. A little flyby, and Big Daddy from nearby Ocala, Florida, the great Big Daddy Don Garlits, commands those motors into life.
Oh, boy, leave it to Big Daddy Don Garlits to start this thing off big time.
Doug Coletta and Doug Foley will start things off. We'll show you the Lucas Oil ladder now so you can get set for the day. Look there at Larry Dixon looking for his 600th career round win, but he lost round one at Pomona to Terry McMillan.
Other side of the ladder, I'm looking at Spencer Massey and Chris Kermasini. The Greek was 53 years old when Spencer was born. Gonna watch that one.
Well, Doug Foley, new Murph McKinney car for him. And Doug Coletta, he has 2 wins here at the Gators, but no round wins here in the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's really struggled. And I'll tell you, Top Fuel's pretty much struggled in qualifying and getting down the track on all 4 of the sessions. Doug Foley comes in here as your number 8 qualifier with lane choice. He's taking that left-hand lane. We'll have to see how that plays out during the course of today. But I think that based on what I saw in qualifying for the field cars, they were pretty much even. And Doug Foley's crew chief, Doug Cook, as Big Daddy looks on for the first pair. He's looking to go out there and try and take out a very good driver in Doug Coletta. Good race.
Oh, it's a great race, and Foley does it again, just like he did last year. He takes down Doug Coletta with a career best ET of 382 with a 1 at 312 miles an hour.
Boy, I mean, that was something to start out right out of the box. Doug Coletta had a huge home shot advantage, over 600ths of a second, and then Doug Foley had to drive around on the other end. His crew chief, Doug Cook, gave him an excellent race car to be able to go out there and run that 382 and 312 miles per hour as you go on board with Doug Coletta. Let me tell you, Doug Foley needed every bit of that run to be able to get around Doug Coletta.
We got a view for you now with our iMoveX camera. We're talking super slow motion.
We saw Doug Foley pushing some fuel out of the top of that injector, but obviously it didn't hurt it too much.
Engines roaring on the line for Brandon Bernstein and Del Worsham. Let's send you to Dave Reed.
In Pro Stock, it's all about performance. The top 16 all career bests, but let's take it a step further. 3 drivers ran the new national elapsed time record, but only one can have it. And based on speed, that's why Roger Brogdon's the #1 qualifier. That's not to say Brogdon's not fast, though. He tied the speed mark, but did it second behind Erica Enders. That's why she is the speed record holder. The margin of error always razor thin in Pro Stock. It could be even tighter with performances like this.
Well, Del Worsham and Brandon Bernstein are up now. Bernstein, the Winter Nationals, only lasted 7.2 seconds on Sunday. He was first pair out, lost to the eventual race winner, Morgan Lucas. Now, Del Worsham has a win here, but it's in funny car over John Force in 2004. Now he's in a top fuel dragster for Alanabi Racing.
And getting used to that top fuel dragster, but Del Worsham's one of those drivers that can drive pretty much anything. But I got to tell you, based on what I saw, I mean, I know it's only one pair. Track conditions look very good. That's good news for both of these drivers because they really struggled in qualifying to get their cars down the track on a consistent basis.
And this is Worsham, 383, 317. The lanes look pretty even, though.
Absolutely, and that was a nice run by Del Worsham, followed up by Doug Foley's 382 with a 383 of his own. If you take another look, this was all Del Worsham. Had the advantage off of the starting line by almost 0.04 of a second and never looked back. Capped that off with a 383 at 317 miles per hour. Advances him to the next round.
Well, let's go to Gary Jarrell. Little update over in the funny car pits.
Funny car driver Matt Hagan is determined to make this a memorable breakout day here at Gainesville. The man who came tantalizingly close to winning the Funny Car Championship in the season-ending event last fall at Pomona opened the brand new season in the Winter Nationals at the same track by getting to the finals. And he's the #1 qualifier here this weekend. Now he's hoping to parlay that into 4-round wins and a first-ever Gatornationals victory. Let's go to John Kernan.
Well, Gary, Morgan Lucas is looking for his own piece of history today here at the Gatornationals. In top fuel, only Gary Scelzi and Gary Ormsby have started the season with back-to-back wins. Morgan won at Pomona, but he may be a bit handicapped this weekend as he's been feeling under the weather with allergies and a sinus infection. He says he is feeling a little bit better today. He's ready to take on Steve Torrence in the first round.
Boy, it did look like he was hurt, didn't it? Well, here we go with Sean Langdon, teammate to Morgan Lucas. And Clay Milliken is back. New sponsor, 12 races planned right now. Might even go for a full tour in the future.
It's great to see Clay Milliken back here at the Gatornationals, but he's got a tough competitor in Sean Langdon over in the other lane. Sean has lane choice, taking the left-hand lane so far. It looks like they're pretty even. We're seeing some very good races right now.
It was pretty chilly this morning when we arrived here at the track. Here is the weather as it affects competition.
Looks about perfect to me. 67 degrees, 81-degree track temperature. That means they can get very aggressive on it. 712 feet is the density altitude when you correct it based on humidity, temperature, and barometric pressure. Actual elevation here is 167 feet. So that's why you can make a ton of horsepower here at Gainesville. And when the track conditions are good, that's why you see the record runs.
There's Clay. His car owner, Mark Pickens, also a racer, running in top sportsman. Sean Langdon, of course, he was the runner-up at Pomona to his teammate, Morgan Lucas. Those guys graduated in the same high school in the same year. What a great story. Another super race. Yeah,
Nice.
you bet. And Langdon again, left lane again, 387, 312 miles an hour. And so Team Lucas moves on.
Sean Langdon with no parachute,
Yeah,
but this
but
is
not
the
a
longest.
problem.
Yeah, this is the longest shutdown area we have on the circuit.
Watch,
so
we'll say
as long
that.
as you've got some brakes, you're not going to have any problem stopping here, even when you run over 300 miles per hour. But let's take a look at the launch from Clay Milliken. In really slow motion, here's this thing launches, picks the front end up in the air, and then watch the rear tires as they're trying to grip that surface and accelerate the car as quick as it will go. And boy, that's just an unbelievable shot. We've seen a lot of great things from these camera shots this weekend. Another look at the run here. Sean Langdon had a slight advantage off the starting line. One thing, though, I mean, Sean's reaction time has been a little bit off the first two races this year. He was an 084 reaction time. Take a look at the Lucas Oil photo finish cam. He was still a car length ahead at the stripe. But Sean, I guarantee you, he will be going back and working on those reaction times for the next round.
Sean Langdon's teammate, Morgan Lucas, our most recent Top Fuel winner, is on the line now to face Steve Torrence. Remember back at Pomona in round number 1, Terry McMillan and Larry Dixon. And look at this, McMillan takes the win. Well, they're going to come up against one another in our next segment. McMillan was fired up.
I'll tell you what, this is an NHRA full throttle type day, baby. I'll tell you what, who would think from number 16, the best of the business, and we're fortunate enough to win that race. He was out on us a little bit. I don't know what happened to him, but we were kind of out there, started to spin the tire. We torched another head. Our fourth motor for the weekend. I don't care. I went shopping last night. Got plenty of parts to put that thing together. I can go 4 rounds today. It might be our day. Who knows? It's just a beautiful day. Hamley Oil, University of Northwestern Ohio, Wolverine boots and apparel. What a day it is for the Hamley Oil